Welcome back to another Black Star video. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about a decentralized exchange on the Cardano blockchain called MInSwap. So we're going to talk about it. Let's get it. So my name is Rich. Today we're going to talk about MInSwap. MInSwap is a decentralized exchange on the Cardano blockchain, and it aggregates swaps and other features that are available on the DEX platform. We'll go over those features and the benefits, the risk, reward, and so on. Right now, MInSwap is the #1 DEX on the Cardano blockchain. So in this video, we're going to go over it. Like I said, let's get it. So this is the MInSwap main page on MInSwap.org. I'll have the link in the description so you can go check it out. So if you're involved in the Cardano ecosystem and you've messed around with any of the DApp wallets that I went over in some of my previous older videos, they interact with this website. So MInSwap is, like I said before, is a decentralized exchange. That means there's no governance model or central authority really that monitors or controls the exchange. To a degree, the MInSwap team does have some type of leverage over it. Unlike a centralized exchange, there's no need to KYC and the like, and tokens can be added by providing liquidity for that particular token. So on their main page, you can go to start trading. They have the logo, learn to own, earn, right, and community, which allowed several links. Then you can launch the app. They're giving some vital stats, all related to ADA. So total value locked within the protocol, or the DEX rather, 815 pools, daily emissions with expense rather, circulating supply, and market cap, all in ADA. And also some interesting information that's available on the site. They do a launch board, which is like a launch pad on Ethereum. Same thing, new projects come out and they can launch on this protocol, this platform. Giving you some ideas, and all the prices are in ADA. Again, we need an Oracle solution to get actual USD price feed. So until Charlie 3 gets their stuff together, we're still waiting on them. So a very informative front page. Come take a look at it. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the app itself. So this is the MInSwap app. I already have the wallet connected, right? And it's already associated with my handle, Blackstar. And you can add liquidity, right? ADA, and then you select your pair of tokens. If you have tokens to provide liquidity, let's say Charlie 3. And then what would happen is if I wanted to add, let's say 20 ADA, it would pair it with as many Charlie 3 as I need. And then down below it would tell you your share of the pool, less than 0.01%. Your batcher fee is 2 ADA, is what all the DEXs use to get other nodes to batch or pool together transactions to make them a lot faster and have the DEX run a little bit smoother. I think this fee, later on I'll get into it, but I think it's excessive, and at this time, it may be necessary, but then unnecessary as well. So in the bottom is estimated liquidity pool tokens received. This is the estimated amount of liquidity pool tokens you will be getting after adding liquidity. So it doesn't mean you're going to have 27 million actual tradable, sellable tokens. That's not it. It's more or less the way the ecosystem is run, to give you an idea of where you are in the liquidity pool. Anywho, so if you would go ahead, add liquidity, or you can zap in liquidity if you want to, and always get your stuff back. So right now I'm currently running an Indigo liquidity pool. And even though I'm down on my number of ADA, the amount of ADA that I have in there, it's risen by the number of Indy tokens I've received in the interim for providing liquidity, vice versa. So it kind of actually works out when you look at it. Although, we want to receive more ADA than anything else, but it's just the way it works. So once you provide liquidity, before I get to anything else, it then gives you the option to do what's called farming. So now, depending on the pool that you're in, right, you can have ADA to Min, ADA to Liquid Finance, ADA to World Mobile Token, ADA to ADA, ADA to Meld, ADA to Indy, like I have, and they have different options, right? So many different options now. They never had this much stuff, but it's good. They're opening up their gates. So then it tells you your APR, right? Annual percentage of return, trading fees of 3.7%, ADA APR is 7.5%. Min tokens is 46%. So these are the tokens that you'll get. And if you look down here right now, I've earned a couple ADA, and I've earned a lot of Min. So again, for when it comes to what they say or deal with the DEXs with impermanent loss, meaning that it's not a permanent loss, impermanent. That means you're losing what you put in there already, but it's not a loss unless you take it out, if that makes any sense. So for instance, right now we're in a bear market. People are going to dump their coins out, try to gain some value. And as that happens, you suffer what's called an impermanent loss. And if you leave it though, it may recover during the bull market, but you can get wiped out if it's dumped really, really bad. So, but you want to invest in projects and provide liquidity to projects that are really sustainable. I have my doubts about Meld, but Meld is starting to come through. In just my opinion, ADA's come through. Obviously, the Min platform is number one. Liquid Finance, we're still waiting for them to provide their DApp, which is coming soon. They have their testnet launched, and then World Mobile Token. Singularity Net, AGIX is also pretty good. I'm not going to go too deep on many of the other ones, but even though Charlie 3 is very slow at this point, for lack of a better term, they're really very cautious. So I'm going to say that they're taking the Cardano approach to make things right. So MInSwap doesn't provide liquidity for Charlie 3. They do provide liquidity for Charlie 3, but they don't provide farming, which makes no sense. But we'll get into that, and I'll show you another DEX that does show you their features. So it's cool. Again, you got your order history, right? I blocked this out so that way you don't know all my information, but this is order history that if you buy and or sell, swap coins back and forth, it'll be there in your history. Then the launch bowl is where their launch pad is at. So they had recently, let's take a look. If it's still there, it's not there anymore. But this is where you will come when they're going to try to launch a project and try to help it get off ground by providing liquidity. Again, this is the number one DEX on Cardano. So if there's any project that wants to launch, you should launch here. You should use the MInSwap launchpad to get your project off the ground and have liquidity built in, and you'll do pretty good. Or rather, you should do pretty good. It's the number one DEX. So we go back to overview and the main pages. Talk about that for a second. There's a lot of information here in regards to adding liquidity, watching your liquidity, straight zapping coins in. So MInSwap gives you the idea, instead of having two coins, pair them and provide liquidity, you can add just one, right? I believe you can just add ADA, or you can add, whatever token it is, Meld, Indigo, Charlie 3, whatever the case may be. Then there's graphs, which are pretty cool, and they're valued in ADA. So there's 82.9 million ADA total value locked within the pools. The volume of trades is 2.3 million ADA daily. This is weekly, and then monthly. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty good information. You can have your favorites show up. If you have favorites, the way you want to sort total value locked from high to low, 24 hours, 7-day volume, and then the tokens. I'm not going to swap any tokens, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what happens, right? The little stars would be for your favorites, whatever your favorites are. Indigo synthetic assets are there. So we found Charlie 3 and the IUSD stablecoin. Let's turn on favorites. You go to top tokens only, and we see the top tokens are listed. So if you want to trade any one of these tokens, I'm going to go let's pick the Indigo. So if you want to trade any of these tokens, you would go to the pools, right? Make sure you're on pools, because top tokens doesn't give you that information. It doesn't allow you to do any trades, just gives you some stats. The top pools now gives you that option. So let's go to Indigo. We'll select Indigo and go to swap, right? You can go straight to add liquidity, but let's go to swap. Gives you a graph for the day's transactions. And right now, Indigo is valued at 5.8 ADA, which is actually pretty decent. It used to be, I think, a little bit above 10. We go to the month. All right, it's pretty decent. 9. See, we got a 6-month graph. Look at that. We were at 12. And it dropped all the way down. There was speculation that another team party had dumped the project's coins, and the project recovered because it is solid. It recovered back all the way to 10. And ADA, which at that time was probably like $3 in total that this was worth. Right now is a little bit less than that, but it's a solid project. Anyway, if you want to swap, let's say I wanted to have, if I had 10 Cardano coins, I would get 1.7 Indigo, and then it tells me all my fees. Slippage tolerance is 0.5% in price. A liquidity provider fee with 0.03 ADA, and then the deposit fee, which you get back, and then 2 ADA you're going to lose per transaction on Cardano. On most of these DEXs, there's one DEX that doesn't charge that high of a fee. Right now, people are going to say, oh, it's not a high fee, it's only 60 cents. But when you compare Cardano to other blockchains, and we're supposed to be very competitive with fees, that fee is actually ridiculous. What happens when ADA is back at 50 cents, $1, $2, $3? If it goes as high as $5, this needs to be adjusted and scaled It should not be a set fee, in my opinion. So anyway, you would then hit swap. Again, it'll run down the fees. You confirm swap. And I would have to sign this, which I'm not going to do, but then it'll go through getting the transaction ready. And it says transaction failed, not enough ADA left over to include non-ADA assets in the exchange address. All right, so exactly. We don't have enough total ADA because I got so much other stuff in my wallet. Just to give you an example anyway of what would happen. Anyway, that's how you would do a swap, and then you would go to your wallet. In my case, it would be Eternal, and go to token list, and it will show you the different tokens that you have. And if you click on them, it'll show you how many that you have, the value, average price. But I got everything kind of locked out, right? And after you complete the order, your order transactions would again show up here, and you would know exactly what you had and it went through. It would actually show pending. It would show everything. MInSwap's farming feature is by far one of the best. I think there's another platform that has equally, if not better, farming incentive versus MInSwap. I never took part in the mint, but you get some better information if you go to more about mint. And then this article comes up, a Medium article comes up, and you can read it. It's pretty intense, pretty detailed information. Take a look at it and see what you think. I usually just participate in the farming and liquidity providing. That does it for me. But the DEXs are pretty easy to use. You want to come over, select a coin. Again, it's this Charlie 3 or let's say Liquid. And you can swap, and these coins go right in your wallet once you confirm the transaction. You get it done. These are very simple to use. And then remember that every wallet interface that you use on Cardano, you can use it throughout. So you can have your Roy, MInSwap, Eternal, Gero wallet, all of them together with one hypnotic phrase. We have 24 words, and they'll all function the same. So if you're having problems connecting or not connecting, or some D app doesn't support one or another, you can use a different wallet to go ahead and make that transaction happen. And guess what? All your transactions will show up either wallet, because all it is an interface to access to what your assets are within that blockchain that you're associated with. All right, so before we leave, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. Right now, we have the global crypto market cap is about $859 billion. And then the most important asset for us is top number 8 right now at 32 cents. A big jump back up from when it was at 24 cents not too long ago. So this is a good look, right? And our market cap is $11 billion. Not bad. You got a little ways to go, but we'll get there. Still in the top 10. Cardano's doing pretty good. Got a long way to go with projects being released, and a lot is going to happen this year. So stay tuned. So we talked about MInSwap. MInSwap is premier DEX on Cardano. And just for reassurances, let's take a look at DeFi Llama real quick. So DeFi Llama is now saying that Cardano's total value lock is about $66 million in DeFi platforms. MInSwap, as I said, is the #1 DEX. Then is the Indigo project, and Wing Riders, and then Sunday Swap. Got MuziSwap, Optum Finance. A couple projects are starting to come live, but we need this list to get a lot bigger, a lot bigger. MInSwap is by far the best DEX and most valued locked on its platform at 27 million. Wing Riders at one time was catching up and even passed it until debacle happened with the bridge. Indigo came up strong at 11 million because it's providing these synthetic assets, which are very, very big, very huge for our ethos. We need that. We really need that. It's going to develop and things will get better. So this is just to show you that it is #1, right? Indigo #2, and Wing Riders #3. The runner-up is Sunday Swap, which was actually the first DEX to come out on the Cardano blockchain. Actually, it was MuziSwap, but it was the first most anticipated DEX to be released. So thank you for watching this video to the end. My name is Rich. Appreciate you watching my videos. If you like the content, please hit that like button. If you want to get notified every time I make a video, hit that bell notification. Let's grow this channel. Help me grow this channel and get this information out to more people. MInSwap, the #1 DEX on the Cardano blockchain. What do you say? Anyhow, thanks again. Black Star, we are the light in the darkness. Peace.